a community in smouldering ruins. Many homes here in Lahaina burnt to charred wrecks. The church and the harbour among the historic sites wiped out by the flames that tore indiscriminately through the formerly picturesque tourist town. The US Marines and National Guard among the emergency workers on the ground. The US President Joe Biden has declared the situation as a major disaster. Lahaina has felt the biggest impact from the wildfires. The death toll is rising. Most fires are under control, but authorities are still working on a number on Maui and the neighbouring Big Island.
The Luna 25 mission is the first time Russia has tried to reach the moon since the Luna 24 went there and back again in 1976, when Russia was still part of the Soviet Union. This latest mission has been plagued by delays, but if all goes according to plan, the 800-kilogram lander could touch down on the lunar surface by the end of August. Russia's space agency Roscosmos says after arrival, the lander will analyze soil samples and conduct other research for a year. Its findings, though, will not be shared with ESA or NASA.
At the edge of the European Union, an uneasy calm for now. This is Poland's border with Belarus, a border that's becoming more and more militarized with the arrival of 10,000 troops to support the border guard. The Polish government is nervous after hundreds of Wagner mercenaries arrived in Belarus at the behest of the country's president, Alexander Lukashenko. He says he's had to restrain Wagner fighters from attacking Poland. While there's no way to independently verify his claims, this week Belarus has been carrying out military exercises near the border.
A quadrilateral show of naval force. Warships from Japan, India and the United States led into Sydney Harbour by HMAS Brisbane. The four nations that make up the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue are increasingly close partners, with a collective aim of ensuring stability in the Indo-Pacific, where anxiety is growing over China's military rise. Each year the Quad conducts these joint drills, and for the first time Australia's hosting Exercise Malabar.
Tonight, new video capturing the deadly standoff in Utah as FBI agents tried to arrest a man they say was making credible threats to kill President Biden. Video taken by a neighbor showing agents surrounding a home in Provo early Wednesday morning, yelling for Craig Robertson to come out. Then, a flashbang grenade goes off. Tonight, law enforcement officials telling ABC News Robertson appeared to point a gun at the officers before agents fatally shot him.
Gunshot wounds. It's going to be approximately 75-year-old male.
A federal complaint listing dozens of Robertson's alleged social media posts. Among them, images of a cache of weapons and multiple violent threats against Biden and other high-profile officials, including this one just 4 days ago. I hear Biden is coming to Utah, digging out my old ghillie suit and cleaning the dust off the M24 sniper rifle.
The Italian authorities have opened an investigation into the deaths of 41 people who died when their boat capsized. They were crossing from Sfax in Tunisia, hoping to reach Italy. There were just 4 survivors rescued by a merchant vessel and then handed over to the Italian Coast Guard. The United Nations agency, the International Organization for Migration, says the first quarter of 2023 has been the deadliest for 6 years on the Mediterranean.
Tunisia and Libya have struck a deal to resolve the issue of African migrants stranded at the border between the two countries. Officials in Tunis announced on Thursday that they'd agreed to share responsibility for providing shelter for those caught in the Rajadir desert. Witnesses and rights groups had reported migrants being driven there by Tunisian authorities and left to fend for themselves. Tunisia and Libya are major gateways for migrants and asylum seekers attempting perilous voyages to reach European shores.
Let's get some reaction now to former President Jacob Zuma, who reported to Estcourt Prison this morning, and in less than half an hour, he was released on special remission. That's according to the Correctional Services Commissioner, Makgothi Tobagale. It comes after the Constitutional Court dismissed an application to challenge his Supreme Court of Appeal ruling, which found that his release on medical parole was unlawful, while Zuma served only 2 months of his 15-month sentence for defying a court order to testify at the state capture inquiry.